Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Joining today from the Better Business Bureau is our friend Tiffany Schultz. Tiffany, welcome back to the show. How are you doing today?
I'm great. Thanks for having me this morning.
Thank you for serving all of Wisconsin and helping us out stay safe. And today we're going to be talking, which I don't know that we've talked about this before. May have dabbled a little bit, but gifting a subscription service. Certainly a lot of those out there. I know my friend Andrew got something like this for his birthday. And it's an interesting concept here. But tell us about subscription services and holiday gifts.
Subscription services are a great gift to give. They give all year long. They keep giving. But how do you choose? There's subscription services like Netflix, video streaming, meal delivery services, fashions, something like Stitch Fix that you can get delivered. Even dogs have their own little bark box that can be delivered to you. So there's so many options out there. How do you pick? How do you know what's legitimate? The first thing we want you to do is to do your research. We talk about that a lot. Research, research, research. You want to make sure that you're ordering up from a legitimate business. Check their social media accounts. What are people saying about them? Check them out on bbb.org. Do a simple online search for them and follow the company name with scam, complaint, and customer review. You really want to get a handle on what the subscription service is all about before you gift it.
Yeah, I've checked into some of these subscription places, and for what it's worth, there's a lot of companies that are doing it, and you definitely want to check in and see what people's reactions are to it. Try to get it off of the site, find it from somewhere else. But you're right, going to bbb.org, a good way to find out just if they are legit or if have had any issues or complaints. Investigating free trials, another thing that always gets my skin just a little I don't know if I want to do this, because there's always a catch, isn't there?
Well, there's always a catch, but it can be a good thing too, because you get to try out the product. Maybe you want to try it out before you gift it. So a free trial is great, but you really want to read the fine print on that free trial. What is the free trial all about? What are you getting? How do you go ahead and cancel that free trial? That's the key. How do you go ahead and cancel? Are you going to sign up for a free trial and then the time is going to lapse because you didn't cancel it and you're going to be stuck into a contract? So read the fine print if you plan on signing up for one of these free trials. That can be a great thing.
Well, and this would take it to the next question, because it would be no surprise that understanding how the renewal works, because if you purchase for the person and, and maybe you choose 3 months, 4 months, 5, whatever the case may be, and it comes up to the end, is it going to auto renewal on you because you didn't read the fine print?
Subscription services are required to send you an auto renewal in the mail. So that should be a reminder, but you don't always get an auto renewal, or maybe that piece of mail gets lost in the mail. So the time lapses and then you're signed into another contract, whether you sign up for 3 months, 6 months, even a year. If you didn't intend to sign up, it auto renewed. It was convenient at the time, but it's still auto renewed. And now you're stuck into another contract with them. So really pay attention to those auto renewals. If it's something that you can pay monthly and cancel whenever, that's probably a better option than going ahead and signing up for that auto renew option.
And that takes us right to the next one, how to stop it. So you're like, all right, time's up. No more gifts for you. No, just kidding. But if you want to make sure that that subscription does end on a timely manner, how do we do that?
Usually a phone call to the company is sufficient. Give them a phone call, an email stating that you'd like to cancel. And if they go ahead and stop your subscription, you still want to monitor your bank account activity to make sure that it really was stopped. If it wasn't stopped, you're going to have to reach out to them again, and hopefully they'll give you a refund.
And a similar thing, if you do cancel the subscription or free trials early, there still might be some things that you can maybe benefit from, but also you really need to do and watch to make sure that it is canceled.
You can always cancel the subscription early and still enjoy the remaining time on your contract. So if you sign up for 3 months and the next day you want to cancel it, you've at least taken care of it because it's top of mind. But again, watch your bank account activity so that that subscription doesn't just keep on charging you. And 6 months later, you find out that, hey, I wanted to cancel this.
And that probably also leads into this next one, is watching out for scams. And I mentioned before, there's a lot of companies doing this, but making sure that you're choosing a reputable company is still a priority for why you have to do the research.
If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. And we all know what those big companies are who have offered subscription services. They've done a lot of marketing, a lot of branding across the years. But if you come into something that you've never seen before, you hear something at a great price, do your research before you go ahead and sign on a line.
Well, it's an interesting concept. I'll give you that. And there are a lot of fun subscriptions out there, but definitely checking out and doing your homework is always a plus here. Final question for you. If you are doing any of this stuff, can you remind folks about why they should use a credit card versus debit card and when they do sign up for these, because most likely that's the way you would have to pay for this. So what would be the better option for doing those payments?
Always pay with a credit card, not a debit card. A credit card is going to give you additional protections that debit cards may not. If it does turn out to be an illegitimate company, a credit card is going to give you protections. You're not going to have to pay the money back, and you're not going to have to pay up front for the funds. A debit card, if you would pay by that form of payment, if they take 6 months out of your bank account, you may or may not get that money back. And if you do get that money back, it can be up to 12 weeks. So really pay attention to the form of payment that you're using to pay. And if anybody asks you to pay by gift card or an electronic wallet, such as Cash App, Venmo, Zelle, you should be wary of that. Legitimate companies typically will allow you to pay with multiple forms of payment, not just one type of payment.
Final question for you too, and it's since we've talked about exchanges recently, if you do have to make or you're like, I got the wrong thing, or I didn't get the right thing, what would you recommend as far as planning ahead for these things? Because you're nice enough to buy it for the person, but then the person is supposed to get certain thing or didn't. How would you approach that?
If the subscription is legitimately wrong, definitely reach out to the company and see how they can resolve that issue for you. If the gift giver does, or if the gift recipient doesn't like that subscription, again, reach out to the company to see what your options are.
All right, Tiffany, thank you so much for your time. Happy holidays, and we'll talk to you later this month.
Thanks for having me.
You bet. Check out check out bbb.org, and you can learn more about this and other topics that Tiffany has talked about right here on the show. It's all about the planning, though. Do your research, and you should be at least a little bit safer, right? Just saying. All right, we'll take a quick break. More to come. You're watching Talking Pittsburgh.